Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Olu Martins, they advised the Edo State Governor, Monday Okpebholo. He said he don't advise him before. He need to advise him again. Make Okpebholo stop to the fight Obaseki. Make he focus for his work wey they do for Edo State. For the short time wey go take the office, make he make sure say he do better thing wey some person go dey proud of. Make I leave you, make you hear from Olu Martins.
Administration. I mean, look at what is happening. World Bank now has said, listen, man, we have studied EdoBest. Because if it was a Nigerian governor, if it was a Nigerian institution, we would have said, okay, you know what, they've gone to bribe them. But the institution called World Bank, almost nearly incorrigible, decides that EdoBest will now be used as a standard for other developing states. And who should EdoBest be credited to? EdoBest will be credited to the bold initiative of Governor Godwin Obaseki. It's like what the Bible talked about Abel, that even though he's dead, his blood is yet speaking. So even though Governor Godwin Obaseki is not in office, but his initiatives, every now and then, I'm told that there's a fourth modular refinery coming up. So Governor Monday Okpebholo, your real benefactor, the person that really works for you, hook or crook to become governor, is actually Governor Godwin Obaseki, and to him you owe gratitude. So let me advise you once again as an Eastern man to focus on the more serious issues of governance than all of this shadow boxing, all of this trying to find your way in the dark in your attempt to demarket Godwin Obaseki. Okay, good morning. I hope this is clear enough. I hope that my lights are well positioned. Well, good morning. When is it? Good Monday morning. This is purely a political broadcast, and I thought also to make it very brief. And because it's about time that we began to collaborate for the betterment of Edo State, every day as we open the newspapers, as we get on different political platforms. Again, let me introduce myself. This is Reverend Olu Martins. This is purely a political broadcast, and this is the second time I am coming to Senator Monday Okpebholo, who presently sits now as the governor of Edo State. Just in case he doesn't know, Edo State is not getting any better for it. Just in case he doesn't know, crime is precipitated on a daily basis. I was saddened to watch the television outing of Right Honorable Marcus Honorable, where he spoke about insecurity in the state. I listened very, very keenly to one of the meetings that was put on social media when Tony Kabaka was complaining, himself alleging that there were several illegal ticket collecting in the state. What it means is that we have gone back to analog, we have gone back, in a manner of speaking, to our own vomit. So I thought again to speak directly to Senator Monday Okpebholo, so you can do me the benefit or the good of trying to share this particular video. And I've said it consistently, that Senator Monday Okpebholo should not be tempted to be dragged into the political mess of trying to demarket what Governor Obaseki has done. There are a lot of things that Governor Obaseki is not. There are a lot of things that you can accuse Governor Obaseki of doing. You can accuse him of emotional intelligence. In fact, some party members have accused him of not taking care of the party. So a lot of things that you can accuse him of. But one of the things that you cannot accuse him of is non-performance. That's not one of the things that you can accuse him of. Because I watched very sadly too the now Secretary to the State Government, Musa Ekilo. I watched him on television, and in his attempt to demarket the EdoBest educational scheme, all right, where our own Edo people, including the governor, had said was Edo scam. And it was shameful to hear. Because just a few days ago, I hear that the World Bank, I'm not talking about a Nigerian institution, the World Bank has adopted the EdoBest scheme as a bold initiative, and now they have adopted it as the template, as the educational policy for low income earning states. And when we say states, in countries, in other words, in sub-Saharan West Africa, including Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, Cameroon, and a couple of other countries like that, they have adopted what one state governor did, Governor Godwin Obaseki. They have adopted it as the standard for countries, for developing countries, and not just in Africa, but even within, outside the shores of Africa. So what it means is that Governor Obaseki, even when he's out of office, is still working. So it is disheartening, it is heartbreaking that the people who are trying to demarket what the governor has done, especially in EdoBest, who will visit other areas, are his own kith and kin. No wonder David said, if an enemy had lifted up his heels against me, it would have been understandable. But it is my own brother who has lifted up his heels against me. And it is counterproductive. It speaks a lot to the reasoning of those who are presently who hold public office in Edo State, including Mr. Governor. Because what is your plan? I've told people before that this present Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, as short as he will be there, owes Governor Godwin Obaseki the office that he's presently occupying. Governor Godwin Obaseki is actually the benefactor. He's the real, if there's anything, Governor Obaseki is actually the godfather of Senator Monday Okpebholo. Because let's look at it. The man who is starting himself today as the newfound godfather against all of the principles that he stood for, and that is our dear senator from Edo North, did not want an Ishan man to be governor. In fact, he stood against it and decided that anybody can be governor, but certainly not an Ishan man. In his own words, it didn't make sense that a minority should preside over the majority. But it was the determination. He said it from day one that an Edo Central man should be governor. Because having looked at the tripod that Edo sits on, he said an Edo Central man should be governor. And Governor Godwin Obaseki stood by his words and ensured that the ticket of the People's Democratic Party went to Edo Central. And to that, we must consistently hail Governor Godwin Obaseki. So if you are an Ishama, it doesn't matter whether you are from APC, PDP, BDC, it doesn't matter which party you are from. But that a man decided that from the beginning, an Ishama man should be governor of Edo State. We owe him that applause. We owe him that gratitude. Even the governor of Edo State, because I can say it for free. If Governor Godwin Obaseki had taken the ticket of the People's Democratic Party to Edo South, APC will have also taken their own ticket there. But because he took the ticket to the Edo Central, all right, to Edo Central, that's when the APC had no choice. And that's why a Senator Monday Okpebholo, against all odds, if you like, the least of the least, it's like what God told Saul. When you were little in your eyes, I made you a king. But now that you have become king, you think that you got it by your own effort. I'm asking the question. I mean, and this is not being critical. Let them put Senator Monday Okpebholo on one side, on any interview whatsoever. I mean, let us even profile them on the basis of what they stand for, on the basis of their educational background, on the basis of their exposure, on the basis of upbringing, on the basis of what they have done for themselves before they got into public office. And there is no basis whatsoever. There is no standard for which you can use to measure a Monday Okpebholo side by side a Godwin Obaseki. We're not talking about, we're not even talking politics now. We're not talking about Dr. Aswe Godal. I'm just talking about two of them at that level. So this unwholesome, this unhealthy determination to demarket Godwin Obaseki and the thing that he has done may just be the Waterloo of this present administration. I mean, look at what is happening. World Bank now has said, listen, man, we have studied EdoBest. Because if it was a Nigerian governor, if it was a Nigerian institution, we would have said, okay, you know what, they've gone to bribe them. But the institution called World Bank, almost nearly incorrigible, decides that EdoBest will now be used as a standard for other developing states. And who should EdoBest be credited to? EdoBest will be credited to the bold initiative of Governor Godwin Obaseki. It's like what the Bible talked about Abel, that even though he's dead, his blood is yet speaking. So even though Governor Godwin Obaseki is not in office, but his initiatives, every now and then, I'm told that there's a fourth modular refinery coming up. So Governor Monday Okpebholo, your real benefactor, the person that really works for you, hook or crook to become governor, is actually Governor Godwin Obaseki, and to him you owe gratitude. So let me advise you once again, as an Eastern man, to focus on the more serious issues of governance than all of this shadow boxing, all of this trying to find your way in the dark in your attempt to demarket Godwin Obaseki. Godwin Obaseki is perhaps one of the most brilliant governors that this state, or this state of Nigeria has ever produced in a very long time to come. We in People's Democratic Party, we have a problem with him. We felt that there were a lot of things that the man should have done that he didn't do. But in the final analysis, the bulk of the things that he did were for the betterment of the Edo people. And because we're also Edo people, even though we are members of a political party, but at the end of the day, we're also Edo people. So what you did to the least of our brethren, that you have done unto us. There are greater problems. Insecurity is rising on a daily basis. Edo State is hemorrhaging financially because of the instrumentality, because government is deliberately and openly doing business with lions and tigers. Every day you see people who are beaten blue, black, manhandled, intimidated in the name of 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, and we would have concluded that we have gone past that state. So those who are outside the shores of this country, outside the shores of this state, whether within a local diaspora of Nigeria, but who are not in those state, or international diaspora, constantly tune their television stations or go on social media and find people who were beaten for 1,500 naira, for 1,000 naira, because we have unleashed the lions and tigers on Edo people, and people are paying the price for it. Dear Governor Monday Okpebholo, I've said it before, the ticket that you hold is the ticket, at least for now, is that you are an Edo Central man. So I am concerned about your success, because they will record it for us that you Edo Central people, even when we are embarrassed that we would have been able to bring up our best. I mean, we had a whole lot of, I wouldn't even want to go into that. There were great Edo sons and daughters, intelligent. I'm even saying that those who want to rig election should have at least rigged the election for somebody that's intelligent that you can engage with. But that is, by the wayside. Now that you have found yourself in the position of authority, what you should do is to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people within the shortest possible time. Because someday, if some of us aspire to be governor in the future, they're going to make reference to the fact that when the governor was there, he didn't do quintessentially, he didn't do the essential things for the protection of lives and property and for the prosperity of his people. So let me spell it out. Governor Godwin Obaseki has done his good for the Edo people, and the works that he's doing, they are still there. What Governor Monday Okpebholo can do is to consolidate on it. All right, you don't have to pull down, you don't have to destroy. I mean, some people can say that Governor Godwin Obaseki is their enemy. Or somebody can say that Governor Godwin Obaseki is their enemy. And I probably would sympathize with him and say, okay, yeah, you created a platform for him to be governor, all right? Some people can say, oh, you know what, they sold their property when Governor Godwin Obaseki was in the APC, and they worked assiduously for him to become governor. Yeah, there are people who can say that, who were with Governor Obaseki in the All Progressive Congress when he got the ticket. There are many people who can say that, but not you. You are not one of them. Because when Governor Godwin Obaseki got the ticket of the All Progressive Congress, you had no reckoning politically. So Governor Obaseki doesn't have any political relationship with you. So all those who are pushing you to fight Governor Godwin Obaseki or to demarket him are using you to settle a personal grounds, because personally you have no problem with Governor Godwin Obaseki. You can't accuse Governor Godwin Obaseki of not servicing the party when you were in the party. Members of the APC in Governor Godwin Obaseki's first time in 2016 can accuse him. Members of the PDP in second time 2020 can accuse him, but not certainly not you, Monday Okpebholo. You can't accuse the Governor Obaseki has done nothing, to you in terms of, having political differences or going against you. You are not one of those that he stepped on their toes. That we even say, oh, the man didn't do that. We have forgotten about it. His time has come, and the time has also gone. He has done his best. We're excited, or at least we have not seen a certain Negogo who is hailing the governor, because that was a most embarrassing thing. Oh, the governor, Ali, we are not saying that. Now, we now need to deploy technology. For goodness sake, Governor Monday, we have gone past illegal collection of rates and taxes. We have gone past the employment of lions, the physicality that we see in the field, we have gone past that physicality we see in the state, in people's attempt to collect 1,000 or 2,000 naira. Governor Godwin Obaseki doesn't own technology. He's not the owner of technology. Anybody can deploy technology. So supposing you don't even like the technology that Governor Obaseki employs, you should employ your own technology. The world is advancing. The world is no longer at the level of anachronistic, medieval, physical, old-fashioned collecting of taxes where there is the engagement of fisticuff and blows. The world has gone beyond the Ebo stones. They've gone beyond the Tony Kabakas. The world has gone beyond the Barocco, or whatever they call them. I don't even know a lot of them. The world has gone beyond them. All right, you can keep these guys under, look for other jobs for them, but employ technology. Edo State is not on its own. Edo State is in the Committee of State. And most states, even Lagos State, that has the largest collection of people that you call Agberos, have remodified, have reintroduced themselves, and have brought in technology at a lot of points. So you don't see, many Agberos in Lagos, like it used to be, because the world is going technology. The world is advancing. The world cannot be going forward, and Edo State is going backward. I'm wondering what the Secretary to the State Government will feel now. How will he feel now that, the World Bank has now said that EdoBest should now be used as a model, for developing, states, including Tanzania and several other states within the, African, region, and within the West African, sub-Saharan, because you are out there trying to demarcate what an Edo man has done, and an Edo man trying to demarcate what an Edo man has done. But the international community have now taken what an Edo man has done, and they are now the ones who are marketing globally what the Edo man has done. It's like when Bible says a prophet is without honor only in his own state. Clearly, is that Governor Godwin Obaseki is without honor only in his own state, and at that, among those who are educationally disadvantaged, and among those who are politically blind, and clearly among those who are, who are spiritually extinct, because there's nobody who will come into the state who cannot tell the difference between when Governor Godwin Obaseki was in the helms of affairs and what it currently is today. Just drive your car to Ring Road, and that will just give you an example. And Your Excellency, sir, this is not me being critical. I'm not being critical, because I have some soft spot in a manner of speaking, because you are an Ishan man. He was I think Dimo Jumego that said the death of every Nigerian affects me because I'm a Nigerian, I'm involved. For some reason, I want any Ishan man to succeed in office, because the blood that runs in me is the blood of an original Epoma. My father is actually Olu Uduebo. I adopted my father's first name because after I became a Christian, I just didn't like the name Uduebo. But that's the thing for me. So I'm an original, Isama. So I want an Isama and an Isama to succeed, and that's why I want you to succeed. So I have the responsibility every now and then to have some incursion, to be able to guide, to be able to point out some things, because at the end of the day, they would say, however you spend them, it was an Esan slot. Professor Osumbo was there for 20 months. Still tomorrow people are arguing with us whether he did badly or not. I mean, people are arguing with us that an ESA man has been. They list that 20 months as part of the opportunity that an ESA man has had. So an ESA man may not be very interested in your success. It Benin, and I'm not saying they're not interested. The Benin people may just wait and say, okay, let him finish their own and it will be our turn. But at least the Benin people can boast today and say, when they had Governor Godwin Obaseki, he did X, Y, Z thing. There are things that they point to, even though they are the ones who mostly fought him. But at least in the final analysis, there are legacies that a Benin man, Governor Godwin Obaseki, left for the Edo nation that the Benin people can boast about. There are a couple of things that they may not like him for, but they cannot categorize Governor Obaseki as being unintelligent. You may call him vindictive, you may call him whatever, but you can't call him unintelligent, you can't call him purposeful, you can't call him lazy, you can't call him directionless in the language of Patrick Obayagbon. So however long or short you'll spend there, when people leave office, what would you like? When you leave of what you like to be remembered for? The most disgusting thing for me, one, is the failed attempt to pull the wool over our face over the achievement of Governor Godwin Obaseki. What the World Bank has done is a complete embarrassment as far as I'm concerned, endorsing the EdoBest, all right, at the chagrin characters, some of these shady characters, accommodate to a very large extent some of these funny characters. Every state has it, yeah. There's no state that is totally crime-free, all right? The state will not be, it won't be interesting if you don't have one or two individuals with unscrupulous characters who have some political relevance. That's fine. Every state accommodates it. Even in developed society, they are gangsters, and, the state just tries to contain them. They don't try to completely, exterminate. You can't even totally exterminate crime, but to bring them in large numbers, before the whole world is what is embarrassing for many of us, especially in an educated state like Edo. I'm not asking you not to empower the lions and tigers. I mean, that's they worked for you, whatever work they did, but to bring them in the public glare and subvert or bypass technology, and then bring these characters who are now showing themselves. And commuters are complaining on a daily basis. Bus drivers, 2K drivers, taxi guys. I mean, I drive a Sienna. I was driving past one of the streets one, and some guys approached me because even people who now drive Siennas, many people now use Siennas for public transport. And I was just waiting for them to talk to me. But that's how it is. The world, we have gone back, we have reversed back to the days of Oshobaba, where relevance in government, or whatever you did, whatever work was given to you in government, was based on sycophancy, was based on bootlicking, was based on lies. I mean, I heard even one of them complaining, and it's not my testimony. I heard one of them complain in a meeting to say, "Oh, they've taken over parks," and I mean that's complete balderdash. But for me, I'm happy. I'm glad in this morning. That's why I will do this, because if the World Bank can say what Governor Obaseki did in the educational sector is quintessential, they can endorse it, then it is a shame, it is embarrassing. I think that the government of Edo State should actually apologize to Governor Godwin Obaseki that they did not know, because the Bible says that he that knoweth his master's will and doeth it not shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that doesn't know his master's will and didn't do them shall be beaten with few stripes, because you did not know. All right. So those who jumped out, including Musa Ikelo, the SSG, this is that he didn't study the books. So he now takes the World Bank. He now took the World Bank to let you know that what you try to disdain, what you try to disrepute, what you try to run aground in the name of political expediency, the World Bank is now looking at that same project and saying, you know what, this project should be recommended to other developing nations of the world. When Sanwo-Olu said he came to borrow the model of EdoBest, we trivialize and say, you know what, I mean, that's Nigeria. But those people who are not Nigerians, who don't have interest, who don't have political interest in Nigeria, have looked at what Governor Obaseki has done in the educational sector and several other sectors, but especially for now in the educational sector, and say, you know, this is a recommendation for other nations of the world. I mean, we should actually look for where we can put up a statue of Governor Obaseki and immortalize him, because he did his best, very best for Edo people. And what he has done is still speaking to the shame of those who said he didn't do anything. And I can tell you that if you continue in this shadow boxing, or you continue in this trying to find your way in the dark, there's going to be more embarrassment. I drove past Moa and I just looked at it. I said, wow, Moa. One of my friends came in from Lagos who is into the art and culture thing. He's into entertainment, and he went to Moa and he's looking at how to relocate, how to put an office, his major office in Lagos, and bring part of it to Moa, because the guy went there and said, wow, this, whoever did Moa is visionary. Governor Obaseki is an Edo man. Senator Monday Okpebholo is an Edo man. Adam Saliu Oshomole is an Edo man. Musa Ikilo is an Edo man. Reverend Lo Martins is an Edo man. Our Oga at the crack team is an Edo man. We're all Edo people, and we should live and do things for the advancement of the Edo nation, because whatever you do for the Edo nation, you did it not just for today, but you did it for tomorrow. So, Godwin Obaseki, we thank you for being visionary. We thank you for being ahead of your peers. We thank you for doing whatever you needed to do against all odds. And for those who say that Governor Obaseki didn't do anything, especially in the educational sector, by the recommendations of World Bank, we poo-poo you, we say shame on you, and we think that you should go above board and you should reason above the sentiment of political expediency in your attempt to demarket a fellow brother whom the world is now hailing. I hope you help me share this message so that he can get to Governor, can go to Senator Monday Okpebholo, so that he can get his act right, and then he can get his thinking cap on, and then he can know that Godwin Obaseki is not his problem. He's got his work, his job spelled out for him, so that he can focus, or he can refocus. He can refocus and re-strategize and do the things that matter. Up until we have other things to discuss. My name is Reverend Lo Martins. I'm spokesperson for the Aswen Godalo campaign organization, and have a responsibility, and so do we all, for those who can pray, should go ahead to pray. Because I see that Pastor Victor TV is watching, and a whole lot of other persons who are watching. Whatever we can do, those of us who can speak, will continue to speak truth to power. Those of you who can pray, please continue to pray. And those of you who can talk personally, please continue to talk personally, to say that at the end of the day, we have just one Edo state, and it does not belong to the APC, it doesn't belong to the PDP, it doesn't belong to me and you, it belongs to all of us. And government must do the greatest good for the greatest number of people within the shortest possible time. And somebody should please tell Senator Monday Okpebholo that he has a greater responsibility of providing security, of protecting lives and property, and working for the economic boom of Edo state, other than this pedestrian attempt to do whatever he can do to demarket Godwin Obaseki, because you can't do anything against the truth. You can only do something for the truth. Let me allow you guys go earn some money. I gotta go earn some money. Today is Monday. Very soon the children will come back from school, and then we must take responsibility for growing our children and giving them best. Thank you for spending your time and your data for watching this live broadcast. It's from a sincere heart. It's not critical. It's concerning. And for me, I want a successful Edo state under whoever's leadership. So whoever is governor now owes me the responsibility of being accountable. All right, to the of being accountable, and we must hold you accountable, because the money you are spending is our money, and if we have decided to give our authority, hook or by crook, we must hold you accountable. And so those who become overzealous, I don't think that a governor can do no wrong, that once you have a governor is in place, and then because he's a member of your party, then he can do no wrong. And anybody who says that the governor has done wrong or the governor is doing well should be threatened, should be bullied, should be it actually shows how low people's thinking are. But I like what Patrick Henry says, as life becomes so sweet and pleasure so desirable, I must pay for it at the expense of chains and slavery. He says, God Almighty forbid, for I know not what others will choose, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Edo state belongs to all of us. It's either we have an Edo state that we are proud of, or that we have a leadership that can give us an Edo state that we are proud of. Whatever the case is, God is still in the business of overturning and overturning and overturning till the position gets to who he rightly divides. And we're hoping that the same God will breathe upon the minds of the judges of the tribunal and across the judiciary, so that they can do the needful, so that Edo state can be redeemed from this quagmire, of nothingness and all of this hoopla of violence and misrepresentation. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Edo State. And God bless its citizens. And God bless you, especially this morning, for watching. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
Now we don hear from Olu Martins. Let us know wetin you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for dey hear all the things wey dey happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share am. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.